Welcome back, dear viewers. It's always a joy to have you here with us, and if today's your first time on this channel, you're stepping into a space where ancient wisdom meets real-life challenges. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or someone newly curious about Buddhist teachings, today's topic is a crucial one because it directly questions the very path we are walking on. Are we truly practicing Buddhism, or are we unknowingly going astray? The spiritual path, as noble and inspiring as it is also full of pitfalls. Today, you're going to dive into the 3 most common traps that even the most devoted Buddhists can fall into. These traps don't look dangerous. In fact, they often appear quite holy, but they can quietly derail our journey, leaving us stuck in illusion rather than guiding us toward liberation. Let's begin with a story that mirrors what so many practitioners experience. A man once lived in a quiet town and decided to devote his life to spiritual practice. Every day, he woke before sunrise to recite mantras, prostrate, and meditate. His neighbors admired his discipline, yet, over time, he became rigid, withdrawn, and dismissive of others. He believed he was walking the righteous path, but he had lost his warmth, his compassion, and his joy. This is the first trap at becoming what some call a spiritual dummy. This type of practitioner is deeply committed but lacks flexibility. They cling to rituals, memorize scriptures, and follow routines with military precision, but they miss the essence. Their practice becomes mechanical, devoid of heart. They don't question, they don't reflect, and they certainly don't grow. They equate silence with wisdom, stillness with virtue, and seriousness with enlightenment. But in truth, they've stopped evolving. They've become trapped in the form of spirituality, not the substance. Why does this happen? Because it's easier to follow rules than to change your heart. It's easier to count how many times you chant a mantra than to ask whether your heart is softer today than yesterday. Real practice is not about perfection in form, it's about transformation in essence. Are you more patient, more generous, more forgiving? If not, your practice might need a serious re-evaluation. Let's explore another common pitfall, the mystic chaser. These are the seekers obsessed with signs, visions, miracles, and powers. They want to see lights during meditation. They want divine dreams. They long for encounters with deities. They believe that spiritual achievement is measured by supernatural experience, and so, they spend their energy chasing illusions. One woman told her teacher that she felt disappointed because she hadn't had any visions, despite meditating for months. Her teacher smiled and asked, "But have you noticed your anger softening? Has your compassion grown?" She paused, surprised. "Yes," she said. "But I thought real progress meant seeing Buddha in a dream." The teacher gently replied, "You are seeing Buddha when you choose kindness over anger, when you serve instead of seek praise, when you forgive instead of judge. That's the real miracle." Supernatural phenomena may occur on the path, but they are not the goal. They are like fireworks, beautiful but fleeting. What matters is the fire inside you, the steady flame of awareness, the warmth of compassion, the clarity of wisdom. Chasing utter signs is like mistaking the shadow for the light. The third trap is perhaps the most sought, the intellectual egoist. These are practitioners who have read hundreds of books, attended countless Dharma talks, and can recite entire sutras. They know the jargon. They can quote teachers. They sound impressive, but they do not practice. They do not transform. They do not live what they know. In Buddhism, this is often called Mao Zen. Knowing about the path is not the same as walking it. You can discuss impermanence while clinging to possessions. You can explain compassion while judging others. You can teach about egolessness while being enslaved by pride. This is not real Dharma. This is performance. The Buddha did not seek followers who could quote him. He sought followers who could embody his teachings. True understanding is not in your head, it's in your life. How do you treat your family? How do you react when you're criticized? How do you handle failure? That is where your enlightenment or lack of it is revealed. Now you may be wondering, how do I avoid these traps? How do I ensure that my practice stays true? The answer is as simple as it is profound. Cultivate humility, honesty, and heartfulness. Humility means recognizing that no matter how far you've come, there is still further to go. It means understanding that you are not immune to delusion just because you wear beads, chant sutras, or attend retreats. Honesty means having the courage to see your own blind spots. Are you using spirituality to escape responsibility, to feel superior, to gain admiration? These are subtle poisons, and they can only be healed with sincere self-examination. Heartfulness means never losing sight of why you started this path, to become more human, more present, more loving. It means placing compassion above correctness, kindness above knowledge, presence above appearance. Let's revisit those 3 traps with this lens. The spiritual dummy needs to soften, to allow the teachings to live, not just be memorized. The mystic chaser needs to ground themselves in everyday mindfulness and service. The intellectual egoist needs to step off the podium and step into practice. In doing so, each one transforms from a stagnant seeker into a luminous being. And remember, all of us can fall into these traps. Even the most devoted monks, the wisest teachers, the most experienced meditators have their moments of delusion. What matters is not whether you fall, but whether you rise wiser, humbler, and more open than before. Before we close, I want to share a beautiful metaphor. Imagine your spiritual journey as walking through a dense forest. There are many trails. Some are well marked, others are deceptive. Along the way, you'll meet people. Some will help you, some will mislead you, and some will be you, parts of yourself whispering doubt or pride or fear. To reach the clearing, the open sky of awakening, you must walk with clarity and care. You must question, reflect, and sometimes stop and sit under a tree just to listen. Listen to your heart. Listen to the silence. Listen to the truth that rises when you stop trying to prove anything and simply be. Thank you so much for joining us on this profound exploration. If today's message resonated with you, please share it with a fellow seeker. Let's grow together in wisdom, not just in words. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. Thank you for watching this video. May your path be clear, your heart be open, and your practice be true.